Look, when I initially started doing YouTube, it was just so I can have like an archive of my journey. It was like on some, if I was gonna go back and show my kids later, like this is what happened, or for me to have proof. But like the more I started studying it, like early on, the more I realized like you got to have a thumbnail and a title and tags and like this script, and it just feels so gimmicky. Even my last video, it feels so gimmicky, and so I'm like, if I got to do that to get followers and subscribers, then it's like, you know what I mean? I understand it, but I think I made up in my mind after like 35, I think almost 40 videos that like, I don't want to do that because I also can't hold up that level because it feels so fake and I feel wrong for it. And so I think I'm just going to do it in like no nice, kind of like a Sam Sulek kind of style where it's like, it's no nice like lights and gimmicky titles and stuff like that. Like I'm just gonna legit document my journey. I'm not gonna have a schedule necessarily when I post. I'll definitely post at least 2-3 times a week, but I'm just gonna turn my camera on and like genuinely just keep it real about like where I'm at in my journey and what I'm doing. And if nobody watches it, like I said, at least I got like an archive for myself and proof later when I become the person I need to become. And like I don't want to pretend like I know shit that I don't know. I don't know, and everybody's not, I'm not an Alex Hormozy, like I'm not fucking Grant Cardone, you know what I mean? So like to me, it's like I don't have $1 million network. I don't even have $100,000 network, if I'm being completely honest. But like, and like network, like because I still have debt. But like, I'm learning the shit. You know what I'm saying? And so to me, I don't have any business teaching you or telling you what to do outside of like, yo, this is what I'm learning, this is what I'm doing. And so that, I hope that that's cool, you know what I mean? And I hope that I can gain more honest people that's around. And if not, like I said, I'll just write them back, watch them back for myself. So I guess I'll just talk to myself or like, kind of like y'all friends, because that's kind of how I'm looking at it. And like, hold me accountable if I ain't doing some shit. And so with that said, I'm gonna just go straight into it and say like the way that I'm dressed, like, so I'm doing like this 90-day thing now. And I've been doing it for almost 30 days now, right? This morning I woke up on the wrong side of the bed because I kind of woke up randomly at my normal time at like 4 o'clock. And I'm like, I just got pissed. Like I literally woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I was irritated as shit because I realized like after the first 30 days, like I don't feel anything is moving the way it's supposed to be. And so now I got to start tweaking shit and like making certain adjustments. But like the way that I'm dressed is something I've been doing. And today I just decided to just kick it up a little bit more. And it's because that y'all know that I'm a server. And if you don't know, bro, I'm a server and I make t-shirts and shit like that. But like, I realized that those two things, one, I've been doing those things for like 6 or 7 years now, like together. I've been doing t-shirts for like, I don't know, about 4 years, but like actively the last year. But like, I'm finding like that shit it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work 100%. It's not gonna like get me where I'm trying to go. And it's so low level, which I've already talked about a million times. Here's the problem. I want to go into like tech. I want to go into like the AI sector. I want to become somebody different. I also don't like the way that I've been carrying myself. I've talked about like how the clothes I wear, the way I walk, the way I talk. Like I see myself, the way I feel on the inside completely different from the way that I'm projecting myself and the way that I'm perceived and the way that people, essentially the way that people treat me, which is like, on me, nobody disrespect me. Like there's still a level of respect, but I still see myself as a lot better. And I think one of my personal goals is to become a man of high value. Is that what it's called? Like a high value man or something like that? You know what I mean? And so there's very much certain things that I'm doing because I'm aiming to do that, right? I have a number and my number is over $5 million that I want to, hit, that says that, hey, okay, I'm done chasing this thing and I'm gonna keep moving. And so some of the things I put into play was like waking up earlier than what I was. I was already waking up at like 5 o'clock, but now I'm waking up an hour earlier because I'm intentionally spending time with God. I'm intentionally like, you know what I mean? Saying my definite major purpose. I'm intentionally praying. And like, when I say praying, I mean like I have a prayer list. I'm intentionally setting my day. I'm intentionally tracking my finances. You know what I mean? And just really kind of setting my mind and knowing exactly where I'm going. Like I'm trying to like less aimlessly wake up and just like shoot, because to me that shit don't make sense. You can't just aimlessly like wake up and start going for it. And so we do that. I do that, and then we usually go to the gym 3 times a week. I decided I was gonna start going to the field and start sprinting, and so I've been doing that. Maybe, you know what I mean, 1 week I've only done it twice, and that's really because we went out of town to Chicago for graduation. But I mean, I've been trying to do it, but I woke up this morning and realized like I didn't really feel much different. I think one of the problems that I struggle with mostly um, is like I'm really good at like, bro, and if you the same way, like be honest, I'm so fucking good at like waking up like one day and like going hard as shit for like 30 seconds. I mean for like 30 days, not 30 seconds. 30 days, like I go hard as shit for like 30 days and then like I burn out. But like and like I get movement, I got traction. Like for those 30 days, bro, I be going. For those 30 days I go hard. For those 30 days, like I make shit move. Like I can get business, I can get whatever it is that I need, but then it's like after, like I said, I burn out because I put everything up front. And so I realized looking at like my girl and different people, like a lot of people are so good at like doing like the same thing over and over and over and over and over. And the more that I personally study, read books, watch people, it's like you have to do the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Like, you know what I mean? If you can maintain that. And so I'm trying to get into that mindset by not trying to do everything at once. Like my health goal is to be 175 by the end of the year and like maintain that, right? I'm like 5'7", bro. Like the last thing I want to be is 250, 220, 230, 190, honestly, because you short. I don't want to be like stocky. Like I like when I'm lighter, you know what I mean? And so anyway, I'm doing all of that, and I woke up this morning and realized that I wasn't close as I wanted to be, or as close as I thought I should be, because that part, the health goals, I've been doing that shit for like 2-3 months. Like I started these health goals like 2-3 months. Hold on. And so, because I got this tripod, I started these health goals like 2-3 months ago, and I'm still not hitting exactly where I wanted to hit. I'm not hitting what I thought I should be hitting, and that's on me. I get it, but I mean, my clothes are fitting a little differently. I got more energy, and I'm like maintaining it over the long run. Like I'm doing it, but like I weigh myself, and like low key, I don't know if it's because of what we've been eating, what I've been doing, bro. But I was 7 more pounds, and that pissed me off. Like I don't know how y'all are, but like it pissed me off because it makes it harder for me to like stick and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this shit for like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be consistent longer. Like I'm gonna stick with it a lot longer. And it's like, nah, bro, I'm not sticking with this much longer. Like, because it don't work. Like that's what I be thinking. That's how I feel. I almost lost y'all. That's how I feel. I always feel like it does not work. And it makes me so mad because I'm like, dude, I can make this happen and that happen. But like I said, I always look back and I'm like, bro, I don't finish, bro. I never finish anything. And it's not because I don't have the drive, the understanding, the mental, whatever. It's like I just never. It's like I go so hard and then I burn out. So it makes it like I can't finish. But like if I could keep that same intensity, so I be thinking about like when Tyler Perry he does these speeches and stuff, and he always talks about it. But one of his favorite things to say is to like climb and maintain. He always like climb and maintain, climb and maintain. And so I'm like, okay, what if I learn to like get to a level, sustain that level, and then climb a little bit, and then get to that level and sustain that level, and then climb a little bit more. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of like ultimately like what I'm trying to do. Well, like I said, it's frustrating as shit. So when it comes to like what I'm wearing, which is the whole point of me starting this, I'm wearing this because I want to be like, my goal is to be a high valued man. You know what I mean? It's to be somebody who has attained like high level skills, who has created a career and a business for himself. Oh, I should go back down that way. So like I'm dressing the way that I'm dressing, not for like anybody else, not for this thing, but like because I'm putting on these clothes and I know that it starts with like, they say it starts in your mind first, right? So it's like being rich. They say if you want to be successful, you gotta be successful first. Like you need to think like a millionaire, you know, act like a millionaire, present yourself like a millionaire before these things happen. I mean, you still have to make those internal changes, but you know what I mean? Then it starts to show on the outside. And so for me, it's like I'm just like at this point where I'm like, fuck it. Like I'm dressing for where I'm going and not where I'm at. If that makes sense. So it's like I'm dressing for like, this is the man I want to be. And so though it may look goofy as shit for me to come into the library right now and have on like I said, a polo with some nice pants, like chino navies with some like dress shoes, and sit here for like 10 to 12 hours and work on artistic stuff, and then like learn and read and study AI and practice AI and learn this and keep applying these different things until I get to that point. And like sometimes it is goofy, and sometimes I even feel like when I get dressed up, like my girl, it feels like my girl is like almost judging me, but not really. Like she supports whatever I do, and so I love that. But I know that there's this like moment of like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Because I was definitely the guy who had like the dopest Jordans, the dopest like hats and clothes and all of that. And part of it could be me just getting older, but there's a level of like, you know what I'm saying? Like you start to become the person that you want to be. And like I said, I'm presenting myself that way. Part of it is for other people to see because there's a certain way I want to be addressed. And I know it's not just about how I dress, but it's about how I carry myself. And it's also about my results. But there's a part of that, and then there's the other part of like me, once you put on the clothes, it's like I said it in the video before. It's like I put on the what's the name, the costume, the understand until I become that person. And like I feel like I'm a believer, like if you dress the part, you feel the part, you know what I mean? Then you become the part or whatever. But it's like every aspect of my life is like, I am like, what does a high value man do? Like, I'm doing that shit. Like, you know what I mean? So if it's like, he goes off of his calendar and he like schedules that way, I'm doing that. If he doesn't like wasting time, I'm doing that. He don't drink, he don't eat sugar, he don't do that. I'm doing that. You know what I mean? He never stops learning. He's constantly learning and constantly improving himself. I'm doing that. If he takes care of the people around him and he's kind, not nice, and like generous, I'm doing that. You know what I mean? But on top of that, it's like I'm making sure my relationship with God is on a million. Like there's certain things that I'm like, fuck, like I'm no longer about to just sit here and be the person I've been and like keep complaining because I'm not the person I want to be. It's like change everything. All I'm saying is in a nutshell, it's hard as fuck because I'm like trying to become this person while still being this person, and my environment still looks like the person I was right here, while my mind and like everything else I'm doing is this person. Now I've changed myself multiple times, like but that's the only way I come from. Like there were moments when I've been homeless to like now, right? But I've never been able to sustain like a certain level and like really do a massive change where I can really become this person I want to be. But like even the like the little business I own and stuff like that, like everything I do, like literally took a lot of effort for me to change from where I was to who I am. And now I'm trying to make the biggest leap ever and change everything about myself. I do like when Layla Hermosi, she be talking and she be talking about like, if you're going to change your brand, she said, it's not about your clothes, it's about your behavior. And so like, if you do this shit long enough, then eventually, you know what I mean? It'll show up and all this little stuff or whatever. Um, anyways, yeah, man, I don't know. I don't want to sit here and bore y'all. I also don't know how long these things should be, but I'm about to go into the library and I'm gonna work and I'm gonna get everything together and I'm gonna just do my best, man. I'm gonna like I said, study. There's AI I want to study. There's technology I want to study. There's a book that I'm reading right now. I'm reading the How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I just got done reading Celebrity Soul by Grant Cardone, and I'm trying to like really instill. Now, granted, understand too, this is me just telling y'all like what goes through my mind. Like if you saw my life, I'm almost sure, like, and not to be an asshole, but I'm almost sure that like you'd be like, oh shit, you already are moving forward. You're already that person. But like when you know that you got more in you, bro, fuck all that. Like I don't care what nobody else say. I don't care. Like the people around me are like there's a level of respect for me and things like that. But it's like I'm not what Alex Hormozy says, that you don't compare yourself to the people closest to you. You compare yourself to the people closest to where you want to be. And so like I don't look left and right in my life right now and be like, oh yeah, like you know what I mean? Like I'm doing great. It's like I'm looking forward at like, you know what I mean? The people that are in that 5.7 million, 6, 7, 8 figure, you know what I mean, dimension or whatever. And I'm like not comparing myself as in I got so far to go, but like looking at that as like that's the market. It's like how does that man move? But I'm not foolish enough to look at like Bill Gates or Elon Musk and be like, I need to move like Bill Gates or Elon Musk. It's like you need to learn how to make 100,000 and sustain it first. Like, you know what I mean? And so I understand my steps, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm just uprooting everything. Like I'm not up all night. I'm not, you know what I mean, arguing with certain things. I'm making sure I keep the peace at home, even though this morning I was kind of an asshole. But you know what I mean? And it's just the little things in my life I'm trying to focus on. I'm just saying that the shit is really hard when you're a person that's used to like, I need to lose 10 pounds and do it in 30 days. Like, because I would work out twice a day and I would go on these crazy diets and shit. And they worked. Like I hit a lot of goals, but you can't sustain it and you can't build no life off like not sustaining shit. And like that's just pretty much where I'm at. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I'm just gonna turn this camera on and start talking. Like genuinely. And hopefully I start getting into like more deeper topics and shit like that. But this is where I'm at. And if you don't like this shit, you don't have to subscribe. Like, but these are my archives, and I'm gonna date them, and then I'm just gonna say whatever the topic was in there. But I'm not about to do the whole gimmicky shit. I'm not about to do the thumbnail weird this and that and title for SEO. I'm not doing all that shit. I'm literally gonna create an archive for myself to have proof to say, hey, this is who I am right now. This is my video, by the way, right now of me saying that this is where I am and I'm trying to become this man, and it's extremely hard for me, but I'm going to keep pushing forward. And hopefully that brings genuine people, and we create a genuine ass community, and we create a space some kind of way where we can all talk about what are we struggling with right now, so that we can have communication and conversations about how do you go past this thing. Because like I said, I'm going to be successful as hell. So that's not the doubt that I have. The doubt, there's no doubt actually. I'm going to be successful as hell. It's more or less like, it's almost a matter of like when than like if that makes sense. I don't know. Look, y'all have a good day, man. I got to get in here and get to work. That's what I'm calling it. I got to get in here and get to work and get some work done. And yeah, man, I'll see y'all. I don't even know if I'm going to chop this shit up. It might be that bad. Like I fucked up a lot, but I think it's respected more. Y'all be safe.